Hello everyone, Mike is with you and I want to ask you only two questions. How many programs have you started developing and how many have you finished? Actually, the question is rhetorical, I just wanted to keep the conversation going. Every developer, be it game developer or database developer, has their own projects, which, according to the developers, had no analogs in the world, were brilliant and it's not difficult to develop them. But after a while, you hear again about another new project from this guy, which you will never see. What is the problem and why such a large number of people don't bring things to an end? Today we will figure it out with you, and I will also tell you the solutions to this problem. Many people think that a plan is something boring and it's not necessary to do it, but it's not. A plan is a series of consistent and deliberate actions that are often not enough for the normal development of your project. In order to increase the probability of completing the development and for a simple pumping of planning skills, you need to do the following. When you come up with an idea for a future project, write it down on a piece of paper or notes on your phone. After that, draw in general terms the approximate location of all objects on the screen. Describe what this or that object does. Then write the tasks, which in turn are divided into subtasks, and attach a deadline to each. Now, having a clear understanding of what you are doing in front of you, it will be easier for you not to give up and continue developing. I didn't just say that about tasks and subtasks. When we don't set a specific goal, it's difficult for us to keep track of how far we have progressed, because we are moving nowhere. The same happens with big tasks. Even if we are gradually moving forward, we understand that we are still far away and we drop the case without finishing it. Therefore, I repeat once again, set tasks, divide them into the subtasks, and by completing each item, eat candy as reward. It often happens that not having sufficient knowledge, we come up with some grandiose project, and after a few days of failures, we abandon development and generally do not open the idea anymore. This doesn't mean that you cannot want to create something cool. It only means that everything needs to be done gradually, and when a sufficient amount of knowledge has been accumulated and perhaps a certain team has been formed, you can start creating something very cool and big. I wouldn't talk about it, because it seems to sound logical. I finished one thing, move on to another, but I myself noticed that this simple idea has little weight among creative people. All developers are creative people, and their heads are constantly visited by brilliant and interesting ideas that you immediately want to start implementing. I recommend having a notebook in which, when a new idea appears in your head, write it down there and immediately returning to first reason. You start making a plan for it, and when your previous project is being developed, an idea with a plan is waiting for you. Perhaps you will come up with something cooler during this waiting, or decide somehow change the plan. If the project is big or you're just tired of programming, yes, this also happens and there is nothing wrong with you, then feel free to turn off the computer and go for a walk in the fresh air. It may take you a few days to get back to normal, but look at it from the other side. A lot of cool new ideas may come to you during the rest, or you just won't quit development. With this, I say goodbye to you. I hope you have found something useful for yourself. See you in the new video.